obviously, getting the game time and then how it all kind of played out.
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate the leadership that we have in this organization. From top to bottom, everybody was there for each other. You know, we were there for DeMar. I mean, our spirits have been high ever since, you know, Thursday morning, you know, when we got the news. So just wanted to come out and play free, play loose, play for him. And that first, obviously the first kickoff, you couldn't have scripted any better, man. Like, it was pretty, that one was pretty emotional. Just the way it happened. Obviously there's some things that we want back in this game, some things that we can learn from. At the end of the day, it's, you know, it's playoffs now. It's 1 week seasons. I believe we got the Dolphins next week, a team that knows us well. So we got to put our work in this week and get ready for next week.
There was some speculation among a lot of us, I think, that there might be something done before the game, like the teams coming together, and that really didn't happen. Was that talked about between the teams, or?
Not that I knew of. Yeah, I mean, we wanted to be announced as a team together, and obviously we did our breakdown there, our pregame in the middle. But no, I never heard anything about that.
So what was you thinking on the kickoff? You were getting ready to go out in the field, and as you're watching him run down for the touchdown, what was, I mean, I know you said it was something, but what was that really like for you?
You know what, the truth, it was spiritual. It really was. Bone chilling, like, it was special.
Josh, did you guys ever feel comfortable out there today, or do you think you're still feeling a little hesitant maybe after what happened last week?
No, I think we felt comfortable. Our guys ran the ball hard, got some guys open. Obviously missed a few throws too. But again, we're just trying to get in the groove of things, and it don't matter, you know, how we win now. It's if we win. The main goal from here on out is score more points than they do, no matter what it takes.
How much did that first play help?
It was very helpful, very helpful.
Josh, where do you rank that opening kickoff in terms of football memories?
I can't remember a play that touched me like that, I don't think, in my life. So it's probably number one.
How about the second one?
It was just spiritual, and I was going around, and I was going around my team and saying, God's real. Like, you can't draw that one up, write that one up any better. And I was just told by Kevin Curran, it's been 3 years and 3 months. Since the last kickoff return, so it's pretty cool.
Josh, we know that you guys faced Brendan yesterday. DeMar, he was live tweeting the game too. Were you guys able to talk to him before the game or after the game? Just what has today been like?
Yeah, we just broke it down. He was FaceTiming with us. He broke us down, actually, his voice. So that was cool too. He got the game ball, as well as our trainers and our training staff. So it is a good feeling in there right now, no doubt.
Did the Patriots come up to you and say, hey, we feel for you or anything like that?
Yeah, Slater. That's a guy that's been in the league for a long time. McCourty too. They both came up and said something to me. So I really appreciate those guys for that.
I don't know if you were able to take this in, but it's not common to see a stadium pretty much full before the national anthem in a regular season game. Were you able to take that in and realize how much the fans were with you guys?
Yeah, that's Bills Mafia. It's the love of Western New York, the people here, and we really appreciate the support that they showed, not only us, but DeMar, as well as the entire world with DeMar. So it was, yeah.
Josh, was there a greater difficulty getting ready to go out on the field and play because of the situation? I know you said that you had gotten great news, so you felt better, but this was different than any game you've probably taken the field for. Was it a little bit difficult to get your emotions in check?
Well, I think a little bit. Again, sitting there, national anthem, I know some guys had some tears rolling down, and just a lot of a feeling of uncertainty of, what it was going to feel like to go back out there. But, Nyheim kind of put that to rest, and our special teams helped out a lot with that. So, I think it was a pretty good complimentary football game. I know we threw 3 touchdowns and had 3 interceptions as well. It's crazy.
Josh, you said it was spiritual and hip-hop. Do you think God was talking to you guys?
I think he was talking to the world. The whole way I think the nation came together and supported DeMar, and you know, we've had a lot of talks that maybe we wouldn't have had without something like this happening. So I think it's been pretty eye-opening for a lot of people.
Josh, I know you're pointing downfield when you threw it to John. Was that kind of an ad lib there?
Yeah, yeah. Safety kind of went with Isaiah, and I just kind of saw no one back there and pointed to him, and obviously having the rapport that I have with Smoke, he saw it and made an unbelievable catch. Unbelievable. So that was a pretty good feeling, obviously, bringing Smoke back, and I know he's been inactive the last few weeks, but getting his shot and making a huge play for us at a really pivotal point of the game, you know, we definitely needed that, and, you know, I kind of just chopped that down to who he is, his drive, obviously being a smart vet, and, you know, coming back and wanting to be here.
Josh, after they scored the big 28-23, that was the Diggs touchdown. Just, you know, at that point in the game, when it just happened, how big was that play?
It was huge. I believe it was third down, right? And it was after a penalty. And we got called back 15 yards. So, again, behind the chains there, but, you know, just giving 14 a chance one-on-one. And that's something maybe I've gotten away from a little bit too much. And the Dinkin and Duncan's great, but sometimes you got to let your dogs be dogs.
Josh, last couple of weeks we talked about Stephon Diggs and trying to get him the ball maybe a little bit more. And was that kind of the plan, because you looked at him really early in this game?
Yeah. Again, we wanna throw it to 14, and teams do a really good job of taking that away. You know, whether they're doubling with another safety, if they're clouding to them. But at the end of the day, like, they can't do it every single play. So we gotta decipher the plays where they aren't and give him his opportunities.
Josh, inside the red zone, your first touchdown with Dawson Knox, how important was it for you to have patience right there?
Yeah, it was big. I mean, they dropped 8. They doubled Steph, and I believe they doubled Gabe. You know, we call that bracket. And Dawson did a good job of recognizing that. He was running over across the middle. I felt like I had time, just kind of extended a little bit, and he came back and made a heck of a catch. And, yeah, those are the ones you don't really practice too often. You know, it was just kind of an ad-lib deal, and glad that he saw it.
Last one. What did he say?
He just said, "Love y'all boys, Bills on me," or "Bills on 3, Bills on me, 1, 2, 3 Bills." So, sweet.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
So Tremaine, how big of a win was this today?
Yeah, it was definitely big. You know, it was a tough week for all of us, man. And, you know, to go through what we went through, not just us, I don't want to put the focus on us, man, but for DeMar to go through what he went through, man, it touched a lot of our hearts. And, I mean, it was definitely an emotional week for all of us, man. And, you know, he gave us strength throughout the week, just constant, you know, positive updates. And just knowing that he's doing better, man. And, you know, I can't lie, that FaceTime call we had with him earlier this week, man, put a lot of our hearts, you know, kind of at ease a little bit, man, just knowing that he's doing better, knowing that he's going to be fine. Still a long journey for him, man, but, I mean, it touched a lot of our hearts because, you know, obviously that was a scary moment for a lot of us, and I'm just glad that, you know, the Lord was on his side. For sure. And, I mean, all thanks to the man above, man, because, you know, he got him through this. And, you know, I'm extremely happy for him, extremely happy to see, you know, how he, you know, continues to progress through this thing, man. And, you know, I know he's happy. I can't wait to talk to him, man. And this one was for sure for 3.
Tremaine, is there a symbolism getting 3 interceptions on defense for number 3 today? What about
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy, but that's how the man above works. Facts. And, I mean, like I said, man, we put all our trust in the man above, and, you know, none of this would be possible. None of this would be possible if it wasn't for him. And, you know, I just thank him. And it's a coincidence how something like that happens, man. And, you know, that's all his work. But, you know, hopefully DeMar is smiling. Hopefully DeMar is happy. Hopefully he's doing better. And this one was definitely for Dion.
Taron, can you take us from everybody was scared on Monday to today, where you get to celebrate his recovery, all the fans here, the atmosphere, how in a short period of time, how things changed and how it felt to take the field with everything for DeMar today?
I mean, mainly it's just the fact that
we found out he's okay and he's doing better. You know what I'm saying? That's the main focus. Like Tremaine said, I mean, glory to God. You know what I'm saying? So it's just we're just thankful to have him and him. We Dang talked to him on FaceTime after the win and he's smiling, happy, moving, talking. So it's just lovely to see, and I'm just happy that he's moving forward.
Taron, what was your viewpoint from the opening kickoff when you watched Hines take it back? What were you thinking during that moment?
Wow, it was spectacular. Not to mention the second one. You know what I'm saying? Like he he really did his thing. You know, and it's a great weapon to have.
Just before the game started, we got our first look at DeMar. He tweeted out a photo. Have you guys seen this photo? Do you know?
I haven't seen it yet.
So he tweeted out a photo from the hospital, heart chip from him, just to know that he was putting that out right before the game and, saying it's game time and thinking of you guys and just showing the world how he's doing right now. What does that say about him?
I mean, it speaks on his character. All that he's going through, man, to still be able to show us that support, still be able to, to let the world know that he's still in tune into the game, man, it means a lot. Because this game is bigger than us. It's bigger than one man out there. And, just to see that and just to see that, our brother is still riding with us, man, through all that he's been through throughout this whole week. I mean, it means joy to my heart, man, just to know that, he's still counting on us, man. He's still supporting us. And, that's what more can you ask for? It's nothing that we can hang our heads on, man, because he's battling. You know what I mean? He's battling. He's been in a constant battle. And, definitely very emotional, but, tears are for healing, man. So, a lot of guys healed through that. A lot of guys, got stronger. He got stronger. And, at the end of the day, man, just to know that he's doing well, that goes way beyond the game of football.
Taron, was there interaction with the Patriots at all regarding their situation? It's a big game, it's a huge game, you're fierce rivals, but was there interaction about DeMar specifically?
Not for me. Maybe for some other players. When I came out to warm-ups, I saw that they had their DeMar shirts on, and obviously, when we saw what we saw on Monday, like it touched everybody. Every football player around the country. So I know that they were praying for him. I know the whole league was praying for him. So it's just thankful that we all have the ability to do that and represent him the right way.
I'm just curious what this week was like for you. In addition to everything going on with DeMar, you also going through concussion protocol. What was this week kind of like?
I felt fine. I went through concussion protocol, but I just felt like it wasn't really about me. You know what I'm saying? It's about DeMar right now. That's something bigger than football or me playing or not. So I just felt like I felt fine, and I just wanted all the focus on him.
There was some concern that maybe you guys would be, emotionally drained from this entire week. Obviously, your hearts were with the team, but how did you guys overcome what was just an exhausting for everyone on this team?
I feel like we're resilient, man. That's the biggest word I could put into us right now is that we're resilient. And there's been other situations, obviously none to the magnitude of DeMar, but there's been other situations that we've had to go through and been through, and I feel like that only makes us stronger.
Do you think the tension was broken through at some point during the game, and if so, when, or do you think you guys played the whole time just a little bit hesitant?
It's hard to speak on. Obviously, everybody was affected by it. But I think that opening kick, just to see, how God works, man, that was definitely it was crazy just to witness. And, so I know a lot of guys were probably battling through a lot of stuff throughout the whole game, but, I was just glad that we was able to do it for DeMar.
How about for you, Tremaine? What were those first?
What did it do for you personally and for the team on that sideline?
I say, it just gave us juice. You know what I'm saying? It just gave us that extra push. We gotta go out there and play. So that was huge. And anytime you score on special teams, it's a huge lift up for the defense, for the offense, for the whole team, and we needed those.
Tremaine, when you mentioned it's different for everyone, what was the first defensive drive like for you specifically? Of just kind of obviously a huge electric start to the game, then just going out there.
To be honest, I don't even want to put the focus on me. Obviously it was emotional, but just the back of my mind, I just wanted to do it for DeMar. I know obviously as a team that was our focus, and I'm glad we was able to get it done.
You looking forward to playing Miami, quote unquote, the third time this year?
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
Hey, Tremaine, Dean Marlowe just put in a spot where say about him, mentally being the guy that can handle something?
Yeah, take my hat off to Dean. He didn't blink once his name got called. Showed it throughout the week with practice, film study, and just communication across the board. I got trust in him. That's the main thing about when you step out there, with somebody filling a role. And, Dean's been here before, man. He's a great leader, great teammate. He didn't blink. He was helping out the young guys when he first got here. Now that his role, obviously, has been expanded, he didn't blink. And like I said, I take my hat off to him, man. That goes the type of person he is, just being able to step in and, being able to play in big-time games like this and, not losing a step. So, definitely take my hat off to Dean.
Tremaine, we heard so much this week about what Sean McDermott was like, helping you guys prepare, helping you guys do what you needed to be ready for today. What was he like today?
Yeah, just the way Coach McDermott handled the whole situation, man, it's top-notch leadership. To do some of the things, to make some of the decisions that he made, I know it's not easy for no man. And, I'm glad to call that man my coach, you know what I mean, just to rally behind him and just to see the type of leadership that he showed. Obviously he showed some emotion, but to still be able to get us prepared to play this football game, man, is, you couldn't ask for anything more.
Tremaine, you guys saw on Monday night a routine play that had a really scary ending. Was it difficult? How difficult was it for you to just go back out there and play football again and just go through those routine plays again?
Yeah, I think it's tough, in particular, just being on the field and, just knowing that it could really happen to any one of us. It was definitely tough, but through all of that, man, I think more of the focus was more so on making sure Damar was okay rather than, worrying about the long-term effects about us. I think it was just more so making sure that he was good, and that's where our focus was at. And that's where a lot of our mindsets was at, just checking in and, getting those constant updates was definitely, a sigh of relief for a lot of us.
Tremaine, care to talk about the way your teammate Taron Johnson played today?
He dapped my dog up for once. Man, Taron is a baller, man. He's a dog for sure. We came in together, man, and since day one, I already knew that. You know what I mean? You turn the film on, he flying around, physical. Like to call him a linebacker myself, man, but made a lot of big time plays for us, a lot of physical plays for us, and I expect nothing less from him, man. I take my hat off to him. Extreme hard worker. Even time in the film room, stuff off the field, man. Just a better teammate, and when you have that connection off the field, it just makes it 10 times better when you're on the field playing with your brother. So definitely a baller, man, and I wouldn't want to go to war with nobody else.
While you guys had to work through that difficult week, we didn't get to see you much this week. Was there any kind of phrase or certain words from Coach McDermott or from anybody that you guys shared as a team that helped you get through it at any point?
I can't necessarily. We prayed a lot. That's probably the biggest thing I can say about us is that we prayed every day for Damar, and look how God works. You know what I'm saying? So we're just blessed that he's working, and we want to keep moving forward.
All right, thanks,
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey Trey, what was that first play of the game like, watching that on the sideline? What were the emotions like and what was going through your head?
You said the first, excuse me, I'm sorry.
The opening kickoff.
Seeing Nyheim running back, Nyheim is a guy that, works extremely hard at, fielding the ball and just working on, fielding it and making the first cut and getting vertical. Every day after practice, he stays out with Coach Smiley, the special team coach, and catch balls for like 45 to an hour. This guy's, he's really dedicated to his craft, so seeing him break the runs he broke today, it wasn't a surprise because the guy works at it extremely hard. So
Josh said it was spiritual. Did it feel like more than just a football play? Did it feel like it was something else?
Oh, for sure. Then the emotions of just what we experienced for the last week, and then the emotion of the beginning of the game and all that, and for him to come out and give us a boost like that on the first play with emotions so high, it was big, and it took us through.
How about the emotion after your interception, your first one since last season, to make such a big play in a game where you're trying to honor your teammate and you were able to do so with a big play?
I mean, Coach Frazier did a great job of, calling a great call in a great situation, and those guys up front did a great job of, getting after the quarterback, and he sort of threw it up, and I was in a perfect position, so I just caught the ball that came my way. Coach Frazier always preaches, taking advantage of the opportunity that come your way and catch the balls that come your way. So I was able to catch the one that came, so it was a good feeling.
How does it feel to make that play in a game where you're trying to honor your teammate and you're able to come away with a play that changes the game like that?
I mean, anytime you can get a takeaway in the red zone, it counts for two in our room. So I think that it was a big play. It was a play that our team needed in a big time moment, and it was fortunate for me that I was in a position to make it.
Dean, can you talk about the position that you were in to play in DeMar's absence?
We preach, next man up mentality. And I've been able to be with DeMar for the last, I'll probably say 11 weeks. And just watching him grow each day. In my mind, it wasn't about me. It was about playing for him. Everything that I can do for him to watch and just be proud that the guys in the back end are doing their job. So at any point in time, I know I got to do my job, and it's the league. So it's next man up mentality, and I go out there and play for my brothers.
What was this week like for you, kind of balancing, you're stepping in for Jamar and also all the emotions and everything that was going on? What was it like for you?
It was up and down, just with the same position, and for me to fill in, and do the job and get the job done. We're human. It's in the back of our mind thinking about, hey, this situation can be a little bit bigger because I'm filling in for him. But I kept even ground, and with the support of my teammates and coaches and family, they just said, go out there and do what you do. This is not your first rodeo. You're here for a reason, and go play ball.
Guys, what was the mood like in the postgame locker room?
Post-game locker room, I mean, we got to win, and it's hard to get 13 wins in this league, each year. And it's real difficult, and we just on to the next. Got the dub, and our minds are in a right place, knowing that DeMar is healthy as well, and we said on to the next. I mean, I can't even really tell you what else other than that.
Was there a moment where the anxiety of the week washed away, or you felt like you snapped out of it, or is it still with you even as you got through the game?
I think that we as a team and a unit, just we're like Dion said earlier in the week. We're human. We're not superstars and all that things, and we just feel like at a point in time we're very sensitive to what went down, and it to be a part of our family is a little uncomfortable. But we're built for times. This team is built for times like that, and all we think about is just picking one another up and playing for each other.
Trey, what's it like to see DeMar on FaceTime after the game and just to talk to him and be able to rehash the win with him?
I mean, this week has been, it's been a shit show, man. I mean, just for something like that to happen, and for it to happen like that, and for the chances of stuff like that happening on a football field is just like you never see it, and then for it to be one of our brothers, and then for it to be in our room, in our DB room. I was just telling somebody the other day, our DB room is sort of like my college DB room was. Like, we're so connected, and like we hang out outside of the field, and football never come up most of the time. So anytime you have a bond with guys like that, and to see something like that happen, and for me, I know to see everything transpire from the hit to him getting up, to him falling, to everything. It's just something that I can't unsee. Every time I close my eyes, it replays. I try watching TV, and every time the TV go on commercial, that's the only thing that comes to my mind, just the vision of that. So it's been a tough week. Been a tough week for our whole team, but it's not about about us right now. It's about DeMar and his family, man, and just what they had to go through. His mom and his dad being right behind our bench and witnessing their son go through that, man. It's just it's tough, and hopefully we'll never have to go through this again. But DeMar he's one of the most resilient, like honest and just pure people that I've met, and it just shows what type of person he is. So we got a text from DeMar yesterday morning around 2:31 in the morning, and for him to text us, and what he said was, "I'm thinking about y'all. I'm sorry that I did that to y'all." And for him to check on us when he's the person that's going through what he's going through, man, it just shows what type of person he is, for him to check on us in a situation like that when he's the one that's going through it. So it just shows what type of person he is, and hopefully we can just get him back. I just want to hug the shit out of him, because in the meeting room, he's sitting like two seats away from me, and every time he come in the meeting room, T-Weezy. So I can't wait to hear his voice and able to touch him and just hug the shit out of him and hear that again. So we miss you, man, and just get back to us. But it's been a hard week. It's been a hard week.
Trey, how emotionally prepared do you think this team was to go out and play for DeMar today?
It's honestly, I mean, I don't know how some of us did it, just because some of us had a different view of what went on, and that is traumatizing. And like I was telling someone earlier, like I've seen traumatic things in my life, just growing up where I grew up at, and just in the environment that I've been raised in. But it was always the end result of me walking up and seeing it. But it was never a time where I saw every event, everything transpiring to the end. So it's tough, man. So
That's all. Thanks, guys.
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's a lot of people here. It's not scary.
It's not scary. All right, on your best behavior, okay? Here, hold that keys. This is Delilah Ray Dawkins. This is the Dolphins baby. If y'all know that story, but don't worry about it.
2019.
2019.
That was amazing.
How you guys doing? Y'all gonna talk to us or what?
Just tell us how big of a win was this today?
You know, with everything that we have gone through as teammates and as players and as fathers, this was a huge week. So I usually like sugarcoat it and I say, oh, it's just another win, but this one was extremely special, Mook. It was extremely special coming into it. We understood that we had to just get the job done, and we're blessed. 3M was with us, and it's a huge win. And anytime that we can win in this league, it's huge. So, you know, we take it for what it is.
Josh called that opening kickoff return spiritual.
Talk about it.
Well, what were your emotions as you see all that transpire as you're ready to go out on the field?
It was, you know, things like that just don't happen, you know, and that just shows you that God is real. And for that to start that game and like that, we were all like, all right, something is scarily weird, but it's a strong energy, and this team is just full of love. And you know, from the angels like that have been watching us, and Nyheim's spirit, and all of those prayers, like it just seems like it's just overflowing to each and every one of us. And it was a special moment, and he did it twice. So you know, it's a unique thing, but you know, I'm glad that you noticed it and are aware of it, because God is real.
Mitch, your thoughts?
I mean, not only just as a football perspective, you go out and then you have this kind of shock to the system like that. It was such a tone setter. You could feel how palpable it was in the stadium. it did feel almost like it was so surreal. Really the trajectory of that was paramount for us, and the crowd was into it. The team, it really interjected a lot of energy, and like Dion said, to see that twice, I think Nyheim is, we've always known he's a special returner, but that was a career game for him, and it couldn't have happened for us as a team at a better time.
On a typical day, you guys win, you wrap up seating, it'd probably be a pretty exciting locker room. What are the emotions today after a win like this?
Yeah, I would be lying to you if it wasn't, we're a little emotionally frazzled. I think the come down, it's going to hit guys differently.
For sure.
But it was such a thankful locker room, and it was just unique.
If there was any stiffness, anxiety, nerve going into this game, even as you've seen DeMar improve in his position, did that first play snap you out of that? Are you still in any kind of funk? How are you guys feeling throughout that game, trying to get in a rhythm, knowing what just happened?
I truly think. Can I answer this question, please? Okay, just real quick. Can I have like 30 seconds? Okay, thank you. I think that with being a professional athlete, you learn how to adapt to your situation, and you learn how to, build the pieces of your environment to make the player and to make the individual. And when drastic things happen, you just have to kind of take it for what it is and just try to adapt the best scenario. And the emotions fly. The emotions go up and down. I got you, baby. I promise, okay? And it just goes. But when you have great teammates and you have guys that you can lean on, it just makes everything easier. And guys like Mitch and our entire locker room, we have guys that we could just lean on and depend on that can just keep us up. And it's showing, and the world sees it, and we see it from a closer in-house view.
Mitch, how did Smoke and Josh connection shift them around at that point in time of the game?
Yeah, I think the cool thing was we had some explosive plays. First of all, you can see a guy like Smoke come back. He was such a presence in the locker room for so many years, and then come back, and it was just kind of seamlessly integrated back into his role, and it was just really cool. When you have those explosive plays as an offense, it really, it's just such a tone setter, and the emotions run so high. It was cool. It was just one of those really surreal things to see, and he made such a good plan that football. Josh put it right in front of him, and Smoke did what Smoke does, and just just really took off. And you knew by the time the ball was there that there was no doubt that he was going to make that play, and we were happy to get off the field.
Mitch, you guys have been on this emotional roller coaster really all season, highs and lows, probably no more so than this week. But now that the playoffs are here, how prepared do you feel to get a good week of preparation? And not to say at all that you're forgetting about tomorrow, but to try to really block almost everything out and get ready for the postseason.
Yeah, we know that the postseason amplifies everything, emotions, just kind of how you prepare throughout the week. Like you said, I don't think this is one of those things that it's a snap of the fingers you forget. It's not fair to anyone's. It's not fair to DeMar and or us for that matter to think that we can just kind of flip a switch and be okay from it. I just kudos to the guys for really handling this as well as they possibly could. There was no script written for us. We just kind of were figuring it out on the fly, and I thought guys did an admirable job, picked up guys. I know Dion picked me up a few times throughout this game, just kind of checking on me and vice versa. So, we'll really lean into somewhat of a normal week in regards to preparation and come out and really kind of put our best foot forward against a really good team.
Was that like the end after the deal down, you guys roll and huddle and kind of wait for the orchestrated, is that plan?
You're looking at the guy orchestrated right here.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Mitch.
Yeah.
It just comes to a point where you just want to just give credit for, or give credit to what you have to give and credit to, and this world is filled with so much energy. So for us, putting that 3 up for DeMar, you can feel it, and we can feel it, and we're just saluting our brother, And it just came to a moment in the game where, like we said, we did this, and then, you know, we just gave them a salute. And that's really just what that 3 was. It was just a salute to our brother that we knew was watching every bit of this game. And, you know, just bringing that connection through his TV screen to, you know, this stadium, you know.
Dion, with everything, we know how close-knit you guys are, how y'all hang together outside of this play. How has this incident, how has this week brought this team actually together, just a more stronger zone?
That's an emotional question, Mook. I think it's, you just take it for what it is. And situations like this just remind you why life is so special. You know, why, you know, in a split second, in any incident, like you could be jogging, or you could be playing football, you could be playing basketball, lifting weights, you know, like not any second is promised. And for the situation that happened, it just opened up all of our eyes. Like, it has made me become a better father. It has made me and become a better teammate, a better person. To really just understand that you got to take life for what it is, but you have to make every moment the best that you could possibly make it. Like, we're all in here like together, and we can't take this for granted. You know, Mitch is my teammate, and I constantly tell him all of the time what I tell him, and I won't say it now, but I tell him like a special thing every single day. And he always laughs, and he's like, "Why do you always say that, Dion?" And it's because I just try to bring that height to his brain to just don't forget, you know, this is special. Like, if we have dinner tonight at 7, let's all go. Because next week, we might not all be able to be there. And it's a special thing, and it has strengthened us. And we're going to take it, and we're going to use this strength for as far as we have to drive with it, you know. And we're going to use it as an energy source, because it is here, as we can all feel it.
So what did he tell you, Mitch?
Everybody want to tell him.
I think some people who saw what happened Monday night might have been thinking Buffalo again. We had a racist mass shooting in this community months ago, just days ago. We had a deadly blizzard in this community. Do you guys, and I've talked with fans who say they turn to you guys to lift them up when they're down. Did that add to the pressure? Did that fuel you today? And, you know, what did they do for you this time?
Yeah, like I said before, on that opening return, you give a look to the crowd, and it was just different. And yeah, I think you brought up something about this community, just this resiliency. I've never seen anything quite like it in a span of 8 to 10 months. Just you know, from one thing to another, and then as a team, I don't know if we feel like we're someone to look up to, but we're here to give support when we need to and just do our job, and hopefully doing that is, you know, it gives you an escape in any way. I think that's one thing that we lose sometimes, is that, like Dion said, not every day is promised in this league or in life in general, and the opportunities that we're able, you know, to play this game and to continue into January, it's not lost upon us as a team, and it's just, you know, I've always felt this has been the best place for me in Buffalo, and this community has just been, I think, just remarkable through all of this. And but I don't expect anything different, you know. You don't want to take them for granted, because they're always just so top notch. But you know, this whole season, it's just been kind of a doubling down on that.
Mitch, you used the word.
Last one.
You used the word unscripted a bunch of times today, last week. If someone told you what was going to happen on the opening kickoff, kind of felt like that was scripted. Would you have ever believed that even this morning?
You'd like to, and yeah, that's a great question. You like to envision every game starting off like that, and, but it's been great. And I just want to say thank you to Delilah for joining us. She's been top notch and just been helpful, and just like this, it's just great to have family around. I think you know, everyone can attest to that, and it's just like this has been a light to our press conference. So thank you, Delilah, for joining us. You've been so good.
She's 3. Yep.
Miami in 2019, Dion gets a call, probably in 9, 10 o'clock before that Saturday we're down there.
We see him, we go to bed, we wake up, and we found out that not only between that, he had gotten a plane, gotten up here at 1 or 2 in the morning, shared this moment with him and his gal, introduced her to the world, and then came back at 9 o'clock and played a game. And that was, I don't know if that was public knowledge, but that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
That's about right.
And look at her now.
Grown.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Sorry.
Good afternoon, guys.
How are you doing?
I'm great. Happy to be here. It's been
Describe the emotion as you're galloping down the sideline. You hear the crowd cheering. You know the emotion that goes into this game, and to come out and burst onto the scene with that play right away. Just what was the emotion and that moment like for you?
It was electric, and you know, we've had so many prayers and so much support, and be able to start the game off like that, it's amazing. I even talked to family and friends, and I just said, look, we're going to be ready today. Our boys are going to play spirited. And just being around all those guys, even though I have not been here a long time, it even motivated me. And you've seen, like, we have threes on. I had 3 on my thigh pads today. It's been amazing, but all that was for him. And I'm happy for the things that happened to me, but I was spirited. I felt like he was out there with us.
Were you amazed at yourself when you returned the second one for a touchdown?
Yeah, you know, I've had 2 in one game in Indy, but and it's punt returns, but on the kickoff return, I definitely was running down the sideline. I looked over and saw nobody, and I was like, oh, wow. I might really be gone here. And that's really just a shout out to those guys. Both kickoff returns for touchdowns. I think I barely got touched. And that really just goes to show the other 10 guys blocking for me.
Nyheim, you made play. Josh called it spiritual for the first touchdown. At what moment, I mean, you're focused on your job. At what moment did you sense it wasn't just a big return and a big play? Or did you at any point, you know, once you got in the end zone, or what was that like?
Oh, I knew about that way before the play even started. I knew this whole game, this whole week, even Monday. I'm on CNN, I'm on local news, ESPN. Everybody's talking about DeMar, and I just felt all the love and support. And everybody talks about family in football, but ever since I've been here, it's been about family. And the Bills Mafia's the best fan base in this NFL. So in the NFL, so I mean, it was very, very spiritual, and it was way before I ever touched the field today.
But as you're running, are you thinking about what the impact this had on your teammates? I mean, they all talked about it. Like, what did you think of them?
Oh, while I was running?
Yeah.
Oh, while I was running, I was just trying to get there. And then when I was getting there, I was thinking about celebrating with my teammates. And, as soon as I crossed the goal line, I thought in my head, like, wow, like, this is our first time since Cincinnati. Like, I'm speechless. And I can't believe, I'm so thankful it was me to, bring that juice, but it's way bigger than me. And that's what I always thought about, and that's what I felt all day. It was just bigger than me and bigger than those 10 guys who did a great job of blocking for me.
That Deion Sanders strut at the end of the second one, have you ever done that before?
Yes. I did that on my second punt return against Carolina in 2019. I guess it's just, I used to wear 21. I used primetime Shawty. I used to call myself that sometimes. So, I mean, I just was very, very spiritual with that one. Shawty. My friends used to say that about me. I used to wear 21, so, I mean, Jordan has it, and I probably will never get 21 again, but, I still can high step for, Dion.
On that first play, without what happened to DeMar, without thinking about DeMar, does that first play happen?
I think so. All year I feel like on kick return and punt return, I feel like we've been close. I feel like I've been hitting it hard. Just been a step or two there. There have been a couple times I've slipped and fell on my guys, but even in the meeting, it's been #free Hines. And, ever since I got here, this transition has not been the easiest. But ever since I got there, those guys out there blocking for me on kick return and punt return have had my back. And I felt spirited since I've been here because I know there's 10 guys out there who believe in me. So I think this punt return, the kick return, I think it was long overdue. And I feel like all the guys out there would say the same.
Do you think that shattered the tension this community has been feeling all week?
I hope so. In Cincinnati, we learned that, football, a lot of us, we say football is life, but there's so many things that are bigger than that. And, it's just a game. So I'm hoping that, just within this game, it brought life to a lot more than just myself in this community, but just everybody else in this world.
Nyheim, were you surprised that they kicked it to you after the first one? Did they continue to?
I was surprised after the first one when they kicked it to me, but the second one, I knew they were going to kick it to me. So, I mean, it's just, it happened. I mean, I returned 2 for a touchdown in Indy, and they kicked it to me again. So I was hoping I got another chance. I was hoping I was going to get another opportunity after that.
Did you kind of get a chuckle, though, when they kicked one out of bounds? They gave you the ball at the 40-yard line?
You know, it was great. You know, my job is, you know, I feel I take a lot of pride as a punt returner, kick returning, and flipping field position or giving the team great field position. So that was, for me, I chuckled a little bit, but I think I just did my job and, you know, secure great field position.
Did you see it, or did anyone tell you that DeMar was tweeting about your plays?
No, I didn't know till after, but I actually just saw them, and, you know, big shout out to DeMar. You know, even him, he's been one of the guys who've been most vocal about, you know, telling me free Hines. He told me that every game. So the fact that we could do that while he, you know, in his absence, it's honestly, you can't really make this up. This is wow.
That was one of his tweets, free Hines.
See, we don't say it every day. Look, we don't say it every day in meetings for no reason. I'm glad it came true.
It's a team sport, obviously, for what you could have done today for DeMar, those 2 kickoffs, return for touchdowns. Do you think you did everything you could for him today?
I hope so. And if I did not, I'll keep going until I've done it. But I hope I have done that. And we got to win. So I think we, as a community, I feel like we needed this win. I feel like my brothers in that locker room, we needed just, you know, some great energy and some great vibes. And like, we had to win this. And even his dad said that. He said, like, that's what DeMar wanted us. They would want us to push forward and to win against New England.
Would you have scripted it any differently? Would you have scripted it any differently?
Who, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Like today, absolutely not. I mean, I don't know how many times two kick returns in a game ever happened. So, you know, I'm just thankful. God bless me today. And, you know, the other 10 guys out there, they're really the ones who should be up here.
Nyheim, Josh was out here a minute ago. He broke down, talking about what that play meant to him, especially as the new guy in this organization. What does it mean to you to make that kind of play, to have that kind of effect?
Well, like I said, I have not been here that long. So, you know, obviously, I don't know DeMar as well as some other people, but I just remember what he's done for me. And I remember when I was first here, as soon as I got here, I was in the tubs. He introduced himself to me, and ever since then, he's spoken to me every day. And, you know, just somebody like that and just being around him for 8 or 9 weeks, just seeing how the whole team rallies around him. He's a very, very great guy, one of the best guys in the locker room. I'm honestly just honored to be able to just, you know, have a breath with him, you know, and I think that's just what I think about. You know, I haven't been here long, and I know that, but I was there to comfort my guys and try to be there for guys. That's what I've been trying to do this whole week. Just obviously, I'm not as close with them as other people, but I know that for my 111, for my job, I can support my brothers who know them, who are hurting a lot more than I am. And just what I would say is I think that every person deals with grieving differently, and I felt like my job was just to make sure I could support my brothers.
I think usually after a win like that, you guys wrap up playoff seeding. It's usually a pretty boisterous locker room. What was the like in there?
We were happy, relieved. It was great. You know, we haven't played in 2 weeks really, and after the incident, it was tough. But I think we've done a great job, and even Coach McDermott has done a great job of understanding us. Even throughout the week, they said, look, if you need a minute, we'll give you a minute. So I think just, you know, everybody in this organization, coaches, general manager, and player down, we've all had each other's back, and I have never seen anything like this since I've been playing football, and I love being here, and I'm so happy to be a Buffalo Bill.
Nyheim, where does this rank for you in most memorable football games you've played in?
I probably say it's right. You know, honestly, it's probably my favorite memory. You know, I got traded in the middle of the year. It's been, you know, I've had a very interesting year. Just life's been up and down for me, and you know, this is a big day for me too. You know, I've been just trying to get opportunities. You know, it's a great team, and I'm here late, so I'm out there just trying to make the most of every opportunity. So I'm happy I was able to do that, and for a great team and a place I really wanted to be. # Free Hines. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Okay, good to get a win. Really appreciate the crowd and their support. I thought the guys did a great job. You know, what courage it took for them to go out there today and the way that they handled it. Just very impressed by them and our team, including all the staff. Back and forth game, give credit to the Patriots. They had a good plan and did some really good things, and at the end of the day, we were able to come out with the win, and really excited to watch Nyheim with that opening kickoff for a touchdown. Happy for him and well executed there. So, the time's yours.
You mentioned going into the game, how emotional, this was going to be, play to play. For you personally, what was that experience like, and how overwhelming was it at times?
Yeah, I mean, it was, like I said, going into the game, a lot of unknowns, just not sure how the players were going to handle it. I feel like I had a pretty good control on how I was going to handle it, but, you never know. Again, just because it was a new situation for us, and we were all thinking of DeMar and his family. And then we come out with the first play there, and it's kind of surreal watching Nyheim, score, and then I was more concerned. I guess it's just coach speak, right? But more concerned about the next play and the ensuing 3 quarters and how that was going to, be handled there. So, but again, our guys came in at halftime, made the adjustments they needed to make, and then we went
When the organization came up with the term "One Buffalo," do you think that the way that the community and the team has rallied together this season, do you think that's exactly what they had in mind when they came up with that term?
I don't know. I think that I came up without my help. So, but I do believe that is unique in this with this team and in this city, right? In terms of One Buffalo and the synchronization, if you will, of the team, as well as the Sabres and the other professional sports teams that we have here, and the fans. It's very unique that way.
Josh called that
kickoff in that play. We were watching in the press box, and we stood the camera and a tight shot of your face. You looked stunned. You almost had no expression. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, I to be honest with you, you as a coach, I guess, as a head coach, you think about the coin toss and what you're going to do and all that stuff in the days leading up to the game, and then obviously they won the coin toss, and to be honest with you, I thought before in the days leading up to the game, wouldn't it be special if we could take that opening kickoff? And then when it happened, I was just like, respectfully, I wasn't surprised. Just by the way the week's gone, and then for that to happen, it was like, kind of like, to God be the glory, number one, and then just like, what else, right? What else? But, and not honestly, also not surprised by our guys with that. I mean, it's like that was, they were set on doing that, So just a good moment for everyone.
So, Coach, how many seeds you think was planted today, and did you feel the guy above's presence today out there?
The guy above me and God?
God, yes, sir.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned that the other day, and, that's why I'm here, and I believe that. I believe things happen for a reason. Like I said the other day, I'm a man of faith, and just fun to watch and be around a good group of people that work so hard towards a common goal, and they care so much, in this case, about DeMar and all their teammates. So it's, yeah, like I said, God is so good, and I believe, obviously an unfortunate situation, but God has shown himself through this situation in so many ways.
Coach, just in the last year, this community's gone through a racist mass shooting, just days ago, a horrible blizzard, turned out to be very deadly.
Right.
Talk to fans here who say they turn to the Bills to lift them up when times are tough.
Yeah.
This past week, was it the other way around? Was it the community lifting you guys up?
Yeah, I mean, like I talked about, that being in sync with your fan base and the fan base being in sync with your team. I think that's real here in Buffalo, and we lift each other up. That's what we do. and we need them like they need us, and we feel strongly about that. And I think when the players feel that is really when it goes to another level, that intimate connection from the fans to the players and the players to the fans. Again, I think that's when it gets to a special level, and our players have that and our fans have that. And I mean, to come out there today, I think it's Zach Brown who's got that song, Family Table. And, you know, being at home today was like we were coming together as a family in that stadium. And they supported us, and hopefully we gave them a couple things to cheer about also.
Could a win, even a Super Bowl win, top this?
Right now, honestly, I appreciate where you're going with that, but focused on one game at a time right now.
Player said DeMar was on the phone with you guys post-game, broke
Yeah.
down the team. How
Yeah.
was that like?
Yeah, it was great. You know, the power of technology anymore, that you can, you know, FaceTime a guy and they can see him, and he can see us, and for him to break down the team, I thought was pretty cool also, and you know, we can't wait to see him.
Sean, when did you guys know for sure that DeMar was going to be able to watch the game today?
Well, I'll just speak for myself, Catherine. I knew, I had texted with him last night, and he texted me this morning and said he would be watching and locked into it. So for me, that was confirmation, my first confirmation. But I guess I kind of, just based on his progress, I kind of figured he'd be able to watch it.
Sean, how did you think that Dean did stepping into the lineup under those circumstances?
Yeah, I thought he did some really good things. You know, his rapport with Jordan back there looked like they were working pretty well in tandem and communicating and everything. So, you know, just overall, big picture-wise, I thought he did some really good things out there.
John, you said you were thinking about that John Brown gave the ball like cover touchdown to Denny. Did you see that or hear about that?
I heard about it. Yeah, I didn't see it. But again, you talk about the people quotient, and we've got good people, and our players are guys that do things the right way. And for that to be on John's mind, I mean, I don't know John's numbers over the last year and a half, just overall in terms of what passes he's caught, what touchdowns he's caught. But for him to make that play, number one, I mean, this is a guy that hasn't played in a number of weeks, and that was a difficult play to make, and he made it. And then to have the wherewithal to go to the sideline 15 seconds later and hand the ball to the trainer, I think says a lot about who he is.
Sean, you said you were thinking about it in the week leading up. If you had won the toss, what would you have done? Deferred or stayed involved?
We were going to defer. Yeah.
Sean,
I probably shouldn't say that to you guys. But.
Sean, any thoughts before the week of, I know it's a playoff week, so stuff, any thoughts of maybe getting back down to Cincinnati and seeing tomorrow next day?
You know, from I'm letting everyone else let me know on that, and we'll do the right thing. And I think we'll know in the next couple of days here what that is, and that's really the important thing for us, is to do the next right thing, and whatever that is for DeMar, that's what we'll do.
Sean, Tredavious told us that DeMar texted him last night, 2:30 in the morning. He said he was sorry for putting you guys through. What does that say about the guy that's in the hospital bed who's apologizing to his teammates and to the rest of us?
Yeah. Not surprising. Emotional to hear that. But not surprising because of who DeMar is and how unselfish he is, and what a great person he is. I mean, you guys see the pictures of DeMar, and he's got such a special smile and kind of that twinkle in his eye when he looks and he smiles, and he just brightens up an entire room. So he's just a special person, and so it doesn't surprise me that he would think of others before thinking of himself in that way.
And then with Trey himself, very emotional. I don't know if you saw his comments yet. Fought through it this week. You know, he said he can't wait to just hug him.
Yeah.
What's it been like, just, you know, he's a leader of your team, just seeing him going through this week?
Yeah, that again, all these traumatic events are somewhat different, right? Because very few are the same. And I think for those guys, our players, being on the field when that unfolded was a unique situation. And so then not only moving forward to play a game, but also them being in the game, I think was an added dimension. And I should go back to the other comment or question about DeMar. Like, DeMar should in no way, shape, or form feel bad or apologize for him putting his teammates through this. I think we would all agree that God's hand is in this and has been in it from the first moment. And I think, and I should say this, when you watch how at times divided we can be as a country and a world, I think the thing we all recognized this week was when people can put love first and people first and come together, how powerful this country and this world can be for the good, and the amount of love that people can have for one another. And maybe it took a sporting event for that to happen, but I think that's a great example to all of us, and we should continue with that moving forward.
Coach, I don't know if you heard, but shortly before the game, just minutes before kickoff, which you would have deferred, DeMar tweeted out a photo to everyone. I know the team's been able to see, but are you aware of that? So I just to show you, so he put this photo out, so the world has been able to see this. And you see him having the courage to share that. What goes through your mind?
Man, you guys are really good, I'll tell you what, man. Showing me pictures now. Yeah. I see that's his mom, and I can't tell, is that his dad on the other side? Yeah. They're a special family. I mean, you know, I've gotten to know his parents now, obviously more than I did before, and what they've been through, his folks, and the way that they handled it. And I was there. I know Brandon and Nate stayed as well, and then Tabani, I mentioned Tabani, he's still there. And so, I guess my time's up. And so, to watch parents, and I have children myself, nobody wants to go through that. And to see how strong they were was impressive, extremely impressive, and they love their son. We support them as well.
Coach, did you say anything different for players last night to get them to relax so they could sleep? Or just...
Yeah, I just tried to keep it honestly. It's probably my shortest night before talk with them was just, you know, have the proper focus that we need to have and just take it one play at a time and do your job. Nothing less, nothing more. I think the tendency possibly would have been to, I got to do this, I got to do that. And so I just wanted them to settle in and just do their job, knowing that would be enough.
I know you don't really like to use the word "I" that much. You like to talk about the team because it's
Right.
about that. But what did you learn about yourself as a leader or as a head coach after this last week and after getting this win today?
I think more than anything, again, just sometimes there's no script for things, and you know, you prepare to be a head coach, and you've got to learning from Andy Reid. You've got a big notebook, and that acts as your playbook at times, at least through the first maybe year or so. But when you get to situations like this, I really believe that God was showing us the way, and I think that you know, minute to minute is the right way to go about it. So honestly, that's probably not the answer you're looking for, but that's how I honestly feel about it. Like, you know, you got to trust your gut and then ask God for the wisdom to move this team and lead this team in the right direction.
Coach, to see, you know, you were talking about the type of person that DeMar Hamlin is, right? To see kind of that curtain get peeled back and have the rest of the world see the type of person through charitable work or, you know, whatever that may be. It's so easy for athletes to just be seen on the surface level and nothing further than that. What does that mean to you to be able to have the rest of the world see the type of person DeMar Hamlin is?
Yeah. I'm sure I speak for every coach out there that would want the same thing in a, you know, obviously under good circumstances, under better circumstances and situation, for people to really see the true character of these athletes, all of them. Because they're real people, and they have real feelings, and they have real lives behind them and families. So I think some of the, as good as you guys are, and some of the things that you put together to document some of the athletes' lives behind and off the competitive field and out of the competitive arena it helps with that, and I think they deserve that. All right, thanks, guys.